Hey plant gang, here we've got Sarcococca hookeriana variety humilis, this shorter Himalayan sweet box. This is an absolute wonderful plant for those shady areas in the garden. Perhaps it's a drier area under trees. Maybe it's deep shade. This is a tough plant that can handle that kind of situation. So how are we going to identify this plant? It has long, kind of strappy, up to 2-inch long leaves, maybe slightly shorter than that. Those leaves are alternately arranged on the stem. It's evergreen. The leaves are strikingly lighter colored on the back than they are on the top. And so there are a lot of ways that you can identify this plant just by looking at it. A lot of great distinct characteristics. So again, Sarcococca hookeriana variety humilis. This is a little bit of a shorter, more dwarf variety of this plant. Broadleaf evergreen. It is kind of akin to a boxwood. It's in the Buxaceae family. It's native to China, hardy from zones 6 through 8. Depending on the landscape situation, gets between 1 and 2 foot tall, spreading out between 2 and 4 foot wide. The bloom time is early spring, and as I'm looking at this in early October, I can see those blooms just getting ready to fire up in the very early spring. The blooms are slightly insignificant, but there are so many of them that you do notice them on the plant. Maybe early March would be a good time for us, this to bloom in East Tennessee. It could be a little bit later depending on where you're at. It can tolerate heavy shade, which is one of its really best attributes and one that you should really clue in for its use in those areas. Best grown in organically rich, acidic, moist, well-drained soils, again in part shade, but it can handle full sun, in particular if it has a little bit of extra moisture. Here's a landscape tip. This is a wonderful evergreen ground cover for woodland gardens in deep shade.